I'm gonna throw this at you.
Watch me beam the camera.
I would laugh. I'll hold the camera.
All right, pull. Nice. Hello, my friends. This is Getty with Georgia Firing Line, and we're going to talk about cold starts and how they can benefit your training. Doing a lot of shooting to benefit your skill set is a really good idea. It's also kind of expensive. So if you find yourself in a window where you haven't shot much, you haven't competed much, you haven't taken a class in a while, a really good way to just kind of rip the Band-Aid off and see where you are right now is through performing a cold start test. So shooting is like any other sport or any other martial art. If you take time off of it because of work or family obligations or anything like that, you are gonna lose some of that perishable skill, but it doesn't mean you lose everything. So a cold start is a really good way just to take a snapshot of where you are right now in performance mode methodology. And there's a bunch of different tests you can use for this. So the way that I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and get running again is by shooting Modern Samurai Project's black belt test. And I'm gonna discuss to you how this process works so you can try it here at the range as well. So 3 things I want you to pay attention to whenever you introduce a cold start test into your reintroduction into the shooting sports. And the first one is simply safety. Don't bite off more than you can chew if it's been a really long break. If there was a test or an exercise or something that you've been struggling with before your break, then coming after the break probably didn't make you any better. So this is just something to give yourself a little bit of grace when it comes to your performance metrics. Those being speed and accuracy. Number 2 is to pick something standardized and something that's repeatable, which means you might need a shot timer to actually measure these results unless you're shooting something that is an accuracy mode exercise. So the third and final check is just to give your equipment a good shakedown. Check your batteries, check the firearm, make sure it's got lubricant and all that stuff in it to make sure the gun's gonna run effectively so that you can get a good start when you make it back into the range. So this example is a hard test. And not only do we want to give ourselves a little bit of a challenge, but also it's just fun to practice and it's a good way to rip the Band-Aid off and get back into training. So I hope you enjoy the show. Cool. So now we're in the range ready to shoot MSP's black belt test as a cold start. So first off, we're at the 3-yard line. We're going to load and make ready. Get a practice draw. Man, if I can get that draw, that'd be great. So as I work the gun back to the holster, I'm feeling what the return stroke felt like because I'm going to try to get that back once I start running the gun. So I've got my shot timer set to a random delay. I don't know when it's going to pop. And the first exercise at 3 yards is 3 in the body, 2 to the head. Okay, 3 in the body, 2 to the head in a 1-6-2. So we passed the first stage. I'm happy with that. All right, so now we're at the 7-yard line. Draw and fire 1, par time is 1 second or less. I would like the for less part.
Stand by.
.114, not quite there. The next step is to draw and fire 6 at this distance. The par time is 2 seconds or below. The 2 Charlies, ugly with a stutter, and 2-1-5, so I missed the accuracy portion and the time portion. Damn, I need to practice more. All right, we're gonna go back to 25 now for the final station. So 25 yards, 1 shot to the alpha, par time is 1.5. Center punch at a 1-2-6. That felt really good. But I say, through the wonders of technology, we don't have to walk down range. So I can already tell you where my processing fell apart, particularly on the bill drill and in the draw and fire 1. The draw and fire 1, my preparatory cueing, I was not fully present, I was not fully engaged, but I decided to go ahead anyway without the proper preparatory cueing because that worked, right? I need to be shooting in performance mode very frequently or more frequently, and I need to relieve myself of tension. I'm feeling like I'm pretty tense. So shooting a cold start like this in your practice is a great snapshot of where you are right now in performance mode methodology, but the rules of which are pretty important. Only shoot it once, right? Don't give yourself multiple reps at it because then you're chasing times or data. Because I'm telling you, I wanted to reshoot that so bad, but I don't want to cheat the exercise because I need this value in it. I need this lesson right now to let me know I need to pay more attention. And it's showing me, it's illustrating in full color what I need to be practicing. And now I know what the answer is. I need to refine my preparatory cueing. I need to pay more attention during the standby phase. And I think my visualization may have been a little bit off. So this tells me that in my continued practice and my continued education, these are things that I'm going to start paying better attention to. And I really think it's going to help my shooting in the long run. Your attention span is very finite, so during that standby phase, I lost it. I lost myself in the sauce, and then when the beep came, I wasn't ready, and I was late. We saw the stutter happen because my dominance is shifting between gun hand and support hand, so these are things that I can incorporate into my practice to refine this and clean this up. So this video is my contract to you, the viewer. We're gonna do this better the next time you see us do it, I can promise you that. I'm a big believer in incorporating cold starts into your practice. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll kick it back to the studio and wrap this thing up. Thank you very much.